that's how you start taking responsibility for your health, really.
Absolutely.
But yeah, kind of the last thing we need to cover, big elephant in the room right now, the whole thing going on with the pandemic, right? And there is people, like we've mentioned before, who are not taking responsibility for their health. And unfortunately, those people are going to be more prone to develop this virus. So for some real life practical advice right now, what can you tell people that you have to do or you should do to manage your immune system and health to protect yourself from this virus during this time?
So at this moment, I'm busy writing my next book, which is How to Beat Coronavirus Naturally.
Amazing.
And what I've been mentioning a lot on my social media this last few weeks is there are 3 essential supplements. And just to make it easy, because I actually had a friend who said to me, but Danny, she's had corona, and she was like, Danny, I can't be like you. I can't be healthy. And I was like, I'm not asking anyone to be as strict as me with their diet. You don't have to be like me.
Again,
All I'm saying
sorry for interrupting, that goes back to the overwhelming yourself. They want to change and they think they've got to do everything to the extreme.
yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, so all I'm saying to people is take 3 supplements just to support your immune system. The first supplement is vitamin C. It needs to be a higher dose. The second supplement is zinc. And the third supplement is vitamin D3 with K2. So these are 3 essential supplements that will support your immune system. And now, like, I'm looking into all of the studies that they've done on COVID patients and who has had severe symptoms and who's been okay with it. And they have found that those with no C, no D or zinc are the ones that are more prone to getting corona, and also those who have, died from coronavirus as well.
Yeah, I know.
So rather than, like we've been saying, getting overwhelmed with I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and la 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 la, just think about those 3 supplements. That's all I want people to do. And then, as we have mentioned, the gut bacteria, like, again, I've gone into the new studies with COVID, and they found that the gut bacteria is also playing a huge role in how people develop it. And I've been reading people's comments as well, saying that they've had the virus and the symptoms are still there. It's been there for months and months, and it's not going away. So long term, I want people to also think about their gut microbes, because your gut microbes may be preventing you from actually getting well from the virus.
Yeah.
So we need to think about the lifestyle choices that you've had in the past, whether you've taken these if you've had an overload of antibiotics, then high chances are your good microbes are gone. And this could be why you're not recovering from the virus.
Yeah. Amazing information. Like, I mean, since this whole thing started, I've been looking at it from a point of view, like, there's some information that people aren't focusing on. They are simply focusing on the symptoms and how to manage, like, the virus on the back end. Like, basically, what are the government telling them to do? Stay indoors, wash their hands, avoid contact. Whereas by doing that, you're missing out all that bad bacteria that you essentially need.
Yeah.
You're not getting enough vitamin D because you're not going outside. And the lockdown measures, the restrictions, make people feel more lonely, where they are more likely to participate in eating junk food. So all of those things are essentially making it harder to recover or to not get coronavirus, which is crazy for me right now. So right at this point, we can't change the government's decision about how they are handling their virus. We're not going to get into that debate because it's pointless. But right now, everyone can protect themselves from this virus by doing those things, by supplementing, by understanding that they are more likely to catch the virus or potentially die from the virus if they don't prioritize their health. So a lot of people are scared of this virus right now, but they are not doing anything about their health. So this is the cutoff point here. This is the craziness that health professionals like me and you are looking at, going, hang on, this is not right. Like, so people, anyone listening right now, please, regardless of what your stance is on the virus, you can't ignore that there's certain things that you can participate in every day that'll massively protect you from it. So
absolutely,
you know what I mean? Like, it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And I know there are people at home and they don't want to leave the house. But as you say, like, when you're at home, you are emotionally eating, and then you're in this spiral of the fear as well. The fear is weakening people's immune system.
Cortisol, stress hormone.
It's very stressful for people. And the thing with stress and fear is they also destroy those good microbes.
Yeah.
So we need to find ways of let's just switch off the mainstream media for a start and focus on things that you can actually do to support your immune health, so that you're not going to get sick with the virus, and be
Yeah.
more in a positive mindset. I think there's just too much negativity at the minute, you know. So
Yeah.
it's about being more positive. This is what I can actually do to help my body, support my body by putting in these essential vitamins. And then rather than just sitting on the couch all day watching TV and emotionally eating or whatever, get up and do some exercise, because we do need to move. We do need that for our mind, our mental health more than anything right now. Otherwise, you know, like mental health is a huge thing right now, because we're in our houses all the time.
I know it's not good. Yeah.
No, it's not. So, you know, get outside for your exercise when you can, and just do some movement. Like, just do things that are actually positive for your health.
I know, like right now, Danny, there's so many people sitting in the house. They're off work, they're bored, they're lonely, they're
Yeah,
stressed, they might even be a little bit depressed. Right now,
yeah,
they might be lacking a purpose. Well, we've just give some amazing information out here that's now give them a chance for a purpose. Like, if you are sitting in the house and you haven't got a lot going on right now, please don't waste that time just doing all of those things that's going to make your immune system worse. Because the very
yeah,
thing that you're fearful of, catching this virus, which I appreciate and understand some people are, and that's cool, that's okay. I understand, I get it. But by not taking responsibility of your health during this time and just staying in the house, not really exercising, eating junk, you are doing the worst thing possible, which is the exact thing you are fearful of. The thing doesn't make sense. And unfortunately, like you said before, mainstream media, they are totally avoiding this, and they are putting one-sided views out there. Okay, and we're not saying that they're wrong. We're just saying that there's also all of this stuff that you can be doing as well.
yeah,
So anyone who's been lacking a sense of purpose, feeling like they haven't got anything to focus on right now, you've got the perfect opportunity and some real life action steps you can take right now. You know, supplementing with vitamin C, with zinc, you know, increasing your fruits, increasing your vegetables, increasing your water, lowering the amount of processed sugars. We've got some targets we can aim for, you know, which is, you know, everyone talks about doing our bit to manage the virus, wearing masks, doing it, and that's great. But really, doing our bit to manage the virus is also looking after our own health. Because if less people are
yeah,
more likely to get it, less likely to spread and less likely to affect other people. So managing the
exactly.
virus with the ways we've got with the lockdowns and social restrictions, it's just as important to do this.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we all just need to change the mindset and,
Yeah, it
and
all
be
stems
more
from that.
positive about things. You know, like I'm
Yeah,
always like, everything in life happens for a purpose. Maybe this is your wake up call to now actually start paying attention to your health, because
yeah,
you've not been doing anything
yeah,
for the last few years or so. You know, like now's the time. Do
yeah,
something. If you really don't want to get sick, then start paying attention to your own well-being. This is what is my mission for people, to just bring you really fabulous wellness, until you get old,
yeah. But that's
forever.
what we're here for. Why are we on this planet if we are not here to have health and abundance, amazing, intimate, passionate relationships? And you can only have that if your body serves you. Again, back to the
Yeah,
vehicle. If your vehicle's breaking down every 5 minutes, it's not going to get you to your destination. So whatever your destination is, your idea of this is how I want my life to be, that's how I'll be most fulfilled. You've got to have a vehicle that's going to allow you to get there. And you can't ignore the things we've talked about today, because that is the bread and butter of it. And I'm just gonna, you know, last thing I'll say is it is crazy to me and a little bit frustrating that the virus thing is going on right now and the way it's being managed. I understand that, but I can't change it. But there's so many people who are doing these things to avoid getting the virus that they are actually doing things on the back end without even knowing that is more than likely to give them the virus. So it doesn't make sense to me the way this is being handled right now. And I'm glad we've had the chance to do this podcast today, Danny, because we've spat some fire out there that anyone can do. Like no one can you know, can find a barrier to not do these things. Like all of these things are realistic targets that we can all do on a daily basis to improve our health. So yeah, we've give some amazing things. Is there anything you wanted to give, one final message